What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between the Burial Beer Company, and they are headquartered in Asheville, North Carolina, and the Cellarmaker Brewing Company, and they are headquartered in Berkeley, California, and this is their Essential. So this is a Czech-style Pale Lager that comes in at 4.5% alcohol by volume, 29 IBUs at the time of review. This can is just over 2.5 months old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Curtis, for this beer. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail boxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Curtis sent my way. And he sent me 10 beers in total, 9 of which were from Burial, and 4 of those were lagers, and this is one of those 4. And it's funny because I didn't notice it, I guess, when he sent the beer mail, but the first 2 lagers that I've already reviewed were collaborations. So is this one. The last one is not. It is just a Pilsner that is their own beer. But I'm always here for some collabs. And on both Instagram and Untappd, they have a little spiel here. And it also says it on the front, just the first 2 sentences says, "For the pledges we made and the challenges faced." Then after that, it says, "A pale lager brewed back in November when our friends at Cellarmaker swung by Asheville for a visit, made with barley, hopped with Saaz and HBC 1134 hops, spunded for natural carbonation before resting in our lager tanks for an extra month." And 4 of my friends have had it. Average review or average score on Untappd, that really doesn't matter because Untappd scores are wonky, but 4.13. The aforementioned Curtis gave this one a 4.3, really enjoyed it. And then another good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Wes, had this one. He gave it a 4 out of 5. So I'm looking forward to it. I do like Chell. I was going to say I do like Chell, a.k.a. the NHL, a.k.a. hockey. But I do like Czech-style Pale Lagers quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to this one. We got the dimpled mug out, and we are ready to go. So let's give it a pour and see what we got going on here. Try to go a little bit aggressive here at the end to generate a decent head if I can. I think I've accomplished that, so pretty nice. I like the color scheme on the actual can. Anyway, what does that look like? Looks awesome to me. Has that beautiful, I'd say golden straw color, maybe a little bit darker, more of a straight golden color. About 2 fingers of a bright white, soap sudsy but somewhat fluffy looking head. Good carbonation. I would bust out the flashlight, but everyone's giving me shit for, I love going crazy with it. What am I looking for? Am I looking for some hops in here? No, I'm just seeing if it looks any different on camera, and it really doesn't. You can see the carbonation bubble streaming up. Has a good clarity though. It's a lager, you expect it, but it's not like crystal clear. You can probably see, I would imagine, the shadow of my hand at the very least, but for the most part, it kind of plays the role of what you're looking for out of the style, at least what I'm looking for. Let's get a nose. Oh, beautiful. Sourdough bread, bready component. Has a nice like pop of like a lemon or maybe even a lemon lime. It has like a zesty kind of lemon. White pear. A beautiful, and I'm talking a beautiful spicy herbaceousness, a little bit of grassiness. And then that sulfur kind of lager funk that you get is definitely noticeable as well. Ooh. Now, this is what I like out of a lager. If you're going to give me a Czech-style Pale Lager or like a German Helles or something, I want it to be very intense in the nose. I want the aromatics to scream. And then on the palate, I want all those flavors to carry over. But they don't need to be as boisterous. They can be a little bit subtle and dial back a bitch. Twice I've already effed up this review. Dial back a bitch. I don't know what that means. Dial back a bit. I don't need them, super intense. These are supposed to be like chuggable, sessionable beers. And this smells lovely. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. And that is precisely what it is. That is delicious. Wow. I could drink pints and pints of this. It is so easygoing that yeah, I just want to kind of sit here and drink and not even talk about it. So, body on this one's really nice. It's like 4.5%, you would say, this is medium, maybe a touch over medium. It's probably full-bodied for a 4.5% Czech-style Pale Lager, but as a whole, it's a little bit over medium body. It's beautiful, sensational. The mouthfeel It's crazy because it's doing a great job of being crisp and clean on the palate, but there's a smoothness here and almost a slight touch of creaminess. And I know that sounds stupid, but it has a good, like, moderate carbonation, and it's very dry and, like, spritzy on the palate. But on the second half of the palate, it smooths out and there's, like, a little bit of creaminess. It's fantastic. As you can see, the glass lacing already looking fan-fucking-tastic. The taste, the nose carried over 100%. Front to back, there's an omnipresent sourdough bread, like a doughy, bready kind of malt component, but I'd say it's more in the sourdough realm. There's a zippy, zesty kind of lemon, maybe even a lime, like a slight lemon lime. And about halfway through the palate, I get a skosh of like a white pear or like a red apple, some kind of lighter fruit like that. And then the finish, that spicy herbaceousness with a blanket of grass. It has almost a slight like floral sensation. There's also an omnipresent like lager funk that has a little bit of that sulfur-esque kind of feel to it. Great beer to drink. I'm actually enjoying this way more than Wes did, and probably more than Curtis, which I didn't think would be the case. Not much more, but definitely this is beautiful. This is the best lager of the three that I've had from him so far, in my opinion. It hits all the tasting notes for me. It's just, like I said, it's very aromatic. The mouthfeel and the body are great, and it's just such an easy beer to drink. Like, this is a lighter lager that I would love to just crush pints at the brewery. It's low enough in ABV at 4.5% where I'm not going to get absolutely hammered if I drink 3 or 4 of them. And it has enough flavor to keep me interested. The aromatics are fantastic. It's just a joy to drink. Is this the best beer I've ever had? Definitely not. Is it the best Czech-style Pale Lager? It's in the conversation, especially from an American brewery. Like, I don't know what it is about this one, but it's just doing it for me. And I didn't think that was going to be the case. It's a Czech-style Pale Lager. I don't usually go crazy about them. And they're supposed to be a drinking beer. There's certain styles where if you don't go crazy about them, nothing wrong with it. It's just you're supposed to drink them and enjoy them. And it's sessionable. And that's exactly what this beer is. But it has more an oomph of flavor that is right in my wheelhouse with a beautiful body and mouthfeel. 4.5%, you can't tell. I absolutely love this. So, essential collaboration between Burial and Cellarmaker. I don't know what my camera always. The mug is weird because it has the thing and keeping it, and you don't care. Neither do I sometimes. I'm going to give this a low 4.5 and go 4.45. Why? Because numbers. This is great. This is way better than I anticipated based on the style, but it's worth it. It is totally 100% worth it. Great beer. Great job, Burial and Cellarmaker. You guys did a fantastic job with this one, in my opinion, which means absolutely nothing. Price point for this one, I think they still had some on their website when Curtis sent me the beer mail. They still had some, and I checked the price points of all the beers he sent if they had them still. $15 a 4-pack, a bit pricey. You're talking almost $4 a can. Fucking all day, every day. 4.45 out of 5, all day, every day for that. It's delicious, and availability, pretty sure I wouldn't say it's Burial only, like as far as the brewery goes. You can only get it at the brewery, but you can get it at the brewery or breweries, and probably made some distro. Regardless, if you get distro of Burial stuff and this showed up, I hope you got some, especially if you like the style or you like lagers. If not, you missed out on this one because this is delicious. So I can't thank Curtis enough for this one. If you've had this one before, please post in the comment section. This one's crisp, clean, super refreshing, very well balanced, flavorful. The aromatics are popping, a great body and mouthfeel, and just a joy to drink. And that's why you drink beers. That's why you review beers. At least that's why I review beers, to hope that a beer is good like this one. And this one is, this might be the surprise of the box so far. This is just kind of came out of nowhere. As you can see, it's one of the last ones I'm reviewing from his box of goodies if you follow the channel. And it's great. It's a great beer. Thanks again, Curtis. I've enjoyed all of them to this point. I have one more, that aforementioned Pilsner, I think it's called like Shadow Clock. And then I have a big pastry stout that I will take down at some point in the next month, maybe 2. Anyway, huge thanks to Curtis. Thanks everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.